Hi, I'm Samantha Snowden, a kids and family mindfulness expert. In these difficult moments, parents, teachers, and caregivers face unique challenges. Whether it's planning homeschool routines, changing diapers between video meetings, or simply keeping kids entertained at home or during class. When we focus on caring for others, it can be especially hard to remember to find time to care for ourselves throughout the day. So today I'll be sharing a few different ways you can prioritize self-care while still caring for others. As a caregiver, teacher, or parent, you may be finding it hard to find space in the day to check in with yourself while navigating the uncertain circumstances we're currently facing. It can be tempting to always put the needs of the people we're responsible for ahead of our own, but it's important that we make sure our own needs are being met so we can fully be present when caring for others. Any difficult emotion can make us feel more lonely automatically. We feel separate from others and isolated with our feelings. So it can be useful in these moments to take a breath and remember that many other people around the world are feeling this way too. So I'm going to share a few techniques that you can use throughout the day to practice self-care while still caring for others. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, it can be useful to just take a moment to acknowledge the difficult feeling by saying, "This is hard," in the same instinctual way you would say ouch if you bumped your knee on the corner of a table. An acronym that I find helpful is S.T.O.P, which stands for stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, observe sensations in your body, and then proceed. When we acknowledge our discomfort this way, we're attuning to ourselves, bringing compassion instead of suppressing the feeling. Once you take a moment to attune to and label what you're feeling and acknowledge it with compassion, you'll have more bandwidth to be present for the ones you're caring for. Another great technique I like to use is an exercise called compassionate breathing. This is a great exercise because it can be done discreetly while you're interacting with others. To begin, take in a deep breath and send yourself compassion with the inhale. And as you exhale, send compassion to the person you're caring for. On the deep breath in, you're sending kindness to yourself and attuning with your experience, as if to say, "I see you. I see how hard this is." As you breathe out, you're sending kindness to the struggling student, the child, or a sick family member that you're caring for. You can repeat this a few more times while taking deep breaths and thinking, "As I inhale, I'm caring for me, and as I exhale, I'm caring for you." And just that simple self-talk can be really helpful. The next tip is to offer yourself words of kindness and compassion throughout the day. When meeting your discomfort with compassion, it can be helpful to think about talking to yourself as if you were talking to a good friend who's having a hard time. It could be something as simple as, "May I be happy, may I feel safe, may I be loved, and may I accept the resistance that I'm feeling." You can just take this one step further by just putting your hand on your cheek or on your heart as you say these kind words to yourself. Simply touching these two places has been shown to release oxytocin, reduce the stress hormone cortisol, and calm our cardiovascular system when it's under stress. This exercise helps us tune in to our 5 senses and can be a really helpful tool to catch yourself when you're feeling overwhelmed. You can start by noticing what you smell, what you see, or what you hear. Look for small details around you, like a bird outside, or even listen to soothing sounds in your home. After you check in with the environment, check in with different parts of your body. Checking in with our 5 senses helps put us in touch with the present moment and take note of all the small things around us that we can feel grateful for. With all the stories we're being exposed to in the news or on social media, it can be easy to get caught up in our automatic thoughts. By doing this exercise, we expand our awareness of the present moment, which gives us reprieve from the stresses and demands of the world. I hope you find these tips useful and can use them to practice small moments of self-care throughout your day, so you can be present for those who count on you for care. And if you're looking for ways to bring more moments of self-care into your day, simply type kindness into the search bar to find more meditations that you can do alone or with your kids. I'm Samantha Snowden, and thank you very much for watching.